Now for the muscle snatch, the main thing we're gonna continue working with is, as we get that extension through the legs, you've worked on extension, keeping the elbows tall or high. Now we're gonna extend, go up and then punch through. So a good way to visualize this is I'm extending, up and flick, or up and punch, where there's this action of elbows lifting up and then you turn over and punch the hand to the ceiling. That's the sensation that I want you to feel or connect with, rather than people can do the muscle snatch, extend, and then not really get the elbow high, but then kind of maybe press too soon or lean back and press. You should think about elbows high and flick so that you're continuing that momentum from the legs. Same setup as we've done the last few exercises. We are going to go down to the floor position. So our starting position will be here. You're going to drive through your legs, up, through. That's what I want to see. Similar to the high pull, so similar to that sensation, but now we're just finishing the pull. Here, up, and finish like that. From the side, what we'll see, same position with our chest, eyes forward, same setup. Drive through the legs, snap them through. Here, and lock out at the top. So with this one, I'm just trying to extend everything and finish the pull with the arms. So a little bit more arm involvement, a little bit more, as it is called, a muscle snatch. But ideally you've done enough work in the first few movements that everything is smooth. I don't want it to be too clunky or too heavy here as well. So all of these movements should be a little bit lighter to get the flow of it all. But some key things I'm looking for, same setup as we've been drilling in the last few things, but now rather than just finishing here, we're going to go up and through. With that toe extension, I would probably say you reach the final bit of extension, you keep pulling with the arms, but your feet will drop back down flat. Don't overthink this, but it is something to mention that when we do the movement, here, up and through, I'm landing flat and my elbows are locked out like this. So that's a how-to part. And now we'll go more into the common mistakes after this. So some common mistakes I see with the muscle snatch is bending the knees, or not actually like extending and getting up, but then thinking it's like a power snatch, so they think they need to bend their knees. Remember, with the muscle snatch, you extend, lock the legs out, pull with the arms, and then flick to finish. So there's no re-bending of the knees when you're above head. You just have to stay locked out when the bar's above here. With this movement, we are going a little bit quicker now, but don't rush it or move out of position. We want to maintain the same back angle and the same chest over the bar position as we did in the pull and other videos previously. So here, some mistakes I see are people doing this when they're bending back underneath the bar. Remember, you have to go from here up and lock out with the arms. Other things I see, people draw the bar away from their body. So this is a good tool to learn to keep the bar close to the body the whole time. I don't want to see out and away like that. I want to see close, up and through. That's the main position I want to see. So to reinforce this position, we have to go up, elbows, and then flick. So there's that rotation there. We don't want to see out, arms away, leaning back too much, and then catching the bar like that. We need to make sure we keep it close to the body the whole time. So just show that again. I don't want to see this. Make sure you go like that. Okay, nice and smooth, keeping the bar close. Probably some things just to touch on again with body position over the bar. This will probably go back into your pull, just to touch on some positions. Make sure that your torso angle stays the same the whole time. I don't want to see bum shooting up like that. So I call that a stripper bum, where you go, the bum shoots up at the start. Make sure your torso is the same angle the whole time, past the knee, then open up the hips. Don't shoot the knees back too soon. Vice versa, if you have the knees too far over the bar and you keep scraping your knee or scraping your shins too much, if you always feel like the bar's hitting here, then your knees aren't moving out of the way in an effective time, and you need to make sure you keep working on those pause position pulls. So if you are messing up the muscle snatch because your body shape is changing or being inconsistent from the floor, just do be aware of that, so that you understand that a lot of the fundamentals and the basics of the first exercise we did, you need to work on that over time. But overall with the muscle snatch, I want to see the bar staying close to the body. I don't want you hitting it away. Control from the floor. We don't need to take the tension of the arms too soon. So another thing to touch back on is we don't want to be here at the start. We want to stay long with the arms, so you drive through your legs. I don't want to see this, where you're shortening through the shoulders and the arms at the start. You don't want to do this too early. Wait, leave them long, lift the chest up, and finish with the arms at the top. Hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully you're enjoying the process. Remember, with Olympic lifting, it takes many years to master and to refine and perfect. So do take your time here and just slowly whittle away and keep working on these positions.